Welcome back to Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Lauren Baker, filling in for Mike Scott today, and we are here with a good friend of mine, Brenda Venezia, who's here to talk about this really cool thing she's doing with Fresno State called the Fresno Women's Reader. I keep messing it up, and I feel bad because we are friends, but she does a really cool... You can say it. You can tell us what the title is.
I'll say it. We've only been around for about a month. It's still very early, so let's get this. The Fresno Women's Reading Series.
Yes, I think my mind has a block with my tongue, like it just doesn't want it to happen, so I apologize, I consistently mess that up, but I'm happy you're here to talk about it.
We're happy to be here.
So happy to be here. Tell us how it got started, because it is brand new. Tell us how it got started, what your goals are, the whole shebang.
So this is actually a good opportunity for me to mention to Lit Hop that's coming this Saturday all over the Tower District and downtown. It is the brainchild of our Poet Laureate of the city, Lee Herrick, and in trying to get involved in that, he offered me to make, well, he suggested that I make my own reading, and after I got over the intimidation of that, I started realizing I wanted to have something that would be able to showcase amazing women writers. We have so many of them in the Valley, and that have Valley ties and students. And then suddenly there were way too many, almost, and I realized that was a really good problem to have. Yeah. So if that's a problem, I should make a series. So after that, the original concept was that it would be quarterly, and somehow from just starting this and putting that out there, and then it becomes something where the community has all these events going on. The Women's Art and Music Festival is coming, and being able to be involved in those things, suddenly there's a lot more that we're doing than my original just 4 readings a year. So so it's kind of becoming a big thing, and you will remember that name, Fresno Women's Reading Series. We are here.
I might not. Everyone else will.
She might not, but you guys can remind her. So we have this Saturday is our first event. It's going to be part of Lit Hop, which is, again, the Poet Laureate invented this, and there's going to be over, I think, 25 readings happening all day on Saturday. Ours is going to be at 2 p.m. at the Tower Sports Club.
Oh, I love that bar.
And it's 21 and up.
Oh, it's my favorite.
But we are going to be there. We have 4 amazing readers coming from the MFA program at Fresno State, graduates and current students, all females, all fantastic, they're all reading prose, so fiction and nonfiction, and that's our first event. And then in WAMF's honor, the Women's Art and Music Festival, we are throwing a benefit reading at the Fresno Art Museum the following Saturday, so the 30th of April at 1 o'clock, and that's going to feature 4 really, really talented and really well-known local female writers and professors. So we're excited, and all proceeds for that go to the festival. So that's going to be a big deal for us.
We're going to be talking about more about that later when we after commercial, which we're not quite going to yet. So don't get too crazy. But are there like a set number of women that meet every month, or I don't know how often actually you meet for this, but like is it like a club? Is it?
That's the idea. At first, it was just I kind of think of us like facilitators. It's been really amazing to get to see what you can create if you are brave for a moment. So my own feelings of wanting to be involved in the community and wanting to see these opportunities happen, if they're not there or if you're not sure where to find them, make them yourself. So that's kind of what we're doing, and most of it we've been meeting online in sort of digital spaces and being able to get involved with people. We have graphic design help now, we have local artists who are helping us, we have fundraising help, women who know business. Normally we wouldn't all be in the same place, the kind of literary community and all these other women with their expertise. And so you mention this, and suddenly people are saying things like, oh, let's do some grant writing, oh, let's make you a nonprofit, let's go to this conference, let's have a retreat, let's put on all these readings. And just sort of starting to put that out there, the community kind of shows up and starts to get involved, and these connections are happening, and we have a lot that is coming, and it's really exciting and overwhelming, but in a really good way.
That sounds amazing. If you had someone like join this group and like let's say they like to write but they don't like reading their own stuff, could they have someone read it for them if they wanted to?
Actually, that's something that we have kind of once all these events are over, we're going to spend more time on it. But this summer, we're actually hoping to be able to put on a retreat that would be workshops and sort of time to write and be creative. And it wouldn't need to just be for writing. But we do have that coming. That would be kind of a yearly thing we're hoping to do, and for women, and someplace near us in California. And then that is actually a great idea. See, this is what happens. Right? People say, hey, would this be a thing? And then we'll make it a thing. So we could do monthly workshops. We can make a writer's circle of sorts. And a lot of us are instructors like at the colleges in town. A lot of us went to the MFA program, and so we're kind of used to that workshop environment. And we love being able to meet and facilitate that for other people as well. So absolutely, we'll keep you posted. We will have workshops happening.
Absolutely. Now, is it only on Fresno State campus, and is it only open to Fresno State students, or is it open to the whole community?
It's open to the whole community. That's actually been the kind of idea, was because my original literary community was from Fresno State, but being able to see what comes up when you turn it into a community endeavor has been really amazing and kind of humbling to see who shows up and to see what people offer. Whether if you're into writing, we can definitely find a way to do that. I'm still hoping to make our quarterly readings happen where they might be themed. I'd love to do one for undergrads, but that would not have to be specific to Fresno State. So however that we are able to keep making spaces for particularly women who write, but honestly, if you know how to fundraise, hit me up. we need that. We need that, because that's not my skill set. And so being able to collaborate, that's been a big deal. Our logo right now, we're kind of in the works of that, and that's the brainchild of like 4 different people coming together and putting their skills together. So you do not need to be involved just in Fresno State. We have people from Fresno City. We have people with no university or college ties at all. It's just if you live here or you're around here, find us, and we will find a way to get you involved.
That's so cool. So your only prerequisite is to live in Fresno and be creative,
or even kind of be near Fresno or from Fresno. We have out of towners who used to live here, and we're going to find ways to bring them back and read and keep them involved, because the Fresno literary community has been. It just continues to grow, and it's a really special animal, and we're proud of it and excited to see it keep doing amazing things.
Yeah. Is this group mostly focusing on like public types of events, or are you also trying to put together like a collection of writing that people do?
That's something. I mean, again, all of this. It's been in the last month and I think that's been really amazing to get to see how many opportunities you get if you try, I guess.
Yeah.
So being able to say now also, I was telling the Women's Art and Music Festival team, I really wanted us to get involved with WAMF. And as myself, with my own name, I probably never would have been brave to say, I really want to be involved. But as kind of this person behind the curtain of the Fresno Women's Reading Series, I could say, we would love to collaborate.
Yeah.
And suddenly, there's all these opportunities to be able to make amazing things happen. So I would love to eventually be able to put out a zine of sorts with writing.
Yeah.
I would love, like you said, the workshops that we could do. I think all of that, we're thinking about maybe trying to make ourselves a nonprofit over the summer when I can think about that a little bit more. It seems like the sky's the limit, and there's writing all over the sky, and we're going to publish it, and we're going to get it out there, and I can't believe this is happening.
You're doing a great job with this so far. You really are. Like, if I didn't know better, like you seem to me like you've been doing it for more than a month.
Thank
you. It seems
That's
way
the
more
idea.
established than it actually is. Not that it's bad, but I'm just saying like it seems it's been going.
It's a month.
It seems like it's been going on far longer in my personal vision, as far as because I know her. It's like. It's crazy that it's only been a month. That's what I mean to say. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Stay right here. We're going to go to commercial break, but me and Brenda will be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Lauren Baker, and this is my friend Brenda Venezia. And today, like we weren't already talking to you, my bad.
We're back.
We're back to talk about the Women's Art and Music Festival of Fresno, which is a wonderful event that we are both here affiliated with. Here in Fresno. I don't know what my problem is today. Towards the end, I'm just slurring. We had a good stride, and it's starting to just die on me a little bit as far as my brain goes.
Today.
So if you don't already know about the event, the Women's Art and Music Festival is an event that's hoping to raise money for the Women's Studies program at Fresno State by highlighting domestic violence, but also celebrating the creativity of Fresno women here. And the event is going to be happening on May 6th at the Tower Theater here in the Tower District from 5 to 10 o'clock. It's $10 for everybody, $5 for students, and if you're a child under 12, you get in free. And we have a great lineup. There's going to be artists, there's going to be all-female bands, there's going to be a poetry reading, which is why Brenda's here today, because she's facilitating a lot of the readers, and we're having a fundraiser hosted by Brenda later this month. So tell us a little bit about what you have in store for us.
So many things, so many opportunities to get involved, to see amazing art, to get to hear amazing writing from women in the community. I mentioned before at the museum on April 30th, the Fresno Art Museum, this is what I'm talking about. You ask and people say yes. You think there's no way this is going to work and people say yes. Yeah. So the Fresno Art Museum is donating their venue to us for free.
So amazing.
So amazing. And we are going to be hosting, we have Rhonda Girard, Samina Najmi, Marisol Baca, and Connie Hales, all of whom are professors and writers with publications and books out, and they've gotten a lot of local but also on a wider scale acclaim, and they are all they're donating their time and their amazing words and their amazing we have poetry, we have prose as well, so there's going to be nonfiction, there's going to be poetry, and it's all kind of related to our cause, to promoting awareness of gender-based violence and of the power of women, and being able to take this topic that is hard to talk about, that is kind of, it often brings shame and people kind of turn away, and turning it into this amazing, powerful celebration of what women can do and creativity, and how we can use that in a really positive way. So that fundraiser, we're having a suggested donation for that reading, $5 at the door. More is fantastic if you want to do that as well. But that, we've already kind of gotten a really good turnout on Facebook. People seem really interested. So we're excited for that. All our proceeds go to this festival.
Yeah, we've had a lot of really generous vendors that have helped sponsor this event, and we're so grateful for all of you. I can't even remember all of you off the top of my head because there's been a really great outpour of support and donations, and just overall just a lot of enthusiasm for this event here in Fresno. And I think it's really the start of a great dialogue and I think a change in attitude among Fresno people, especially because I think a lot of people tend to think, well, I almost would argue that it's dissipated over the years, but like I think for a lot of like our current adult generation, like those of us in our 20s and maybe early 30s, we grew up thinking Fresno was so boring.
Right?
Like there's nothing cool about it.
That still gets said.
It still gets said, but I think that the attitude's been changing over the last like 5 years or so. Like people have been more proud of their community, and now we're starting this event from the ground up. We've been building this since January, and there's been nothing like it so far. Like we have things like what's it called? Catacomb Festival, which is really cool. That was started by locals too, and we've had people. I'm not involved with that, by the way, but I know that there's.
But we like it.
We love it. I always go to it. There's people that come from out of state to that event, and people have been doing that with Rogue Festival. I have heard that there's even been performers from England that have come to the Rogue Festival. Like everyone knows what the Rogue Festival is. We even had guests on this show that were from Seattle that were involved with Rogue Festival. So those are things that have started in Fresno, and I feel like WAMF could easily be like the next on that list to be it easily should, because there isn't a ton that celebrates women specifically, and to be one of the first, to be the first involved with something like that to this magnitude, because we had no idea it would be this big at all. Not at all. And it's been really amazing. The people that have, we've met through
we met through this.
Yeah, we became friends through this event. Like you make you make friends through it.
They're hard.
They are.
That's why you should come to our readings to get to see the pros.
Yes.
To see the pros read their words.
I'm usually a pro. I'm just not proving it right this minute.
She's a pro too. You're a pro too.
But it's been so great being involved with it. I feel like all of our lives have been changed through it to some degree, and we hope that a bunch of you will be changed by just coming to our events, seeing the passion and the enthusiasm that a lot of these artists that are involved are going to be showing, hopefully.
And the proceeds go to such an amazing cause as well, beyond just being there and celebrating this and getting to bring attention to so many amazing local artists and female groups, but also you also get to know that you are supporting such a fantastic cause that will keep on giving, because the internships are going to be bringing help to survivors and victims 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yes.
Forever.
And part of of the internship that the money goes towards, it helps women that want to be involved with the women's studies program, or they maybe already are, like that is their major already at Fresno State, but they can't afford to be in an internship that doesn't pay because, I mean, just because you're a college student doesn't mean you don't have bills to pay. It doesn't mean that you don't have to pay rent or pay for your car and things like that. And just to get to work, to make the money to live. And this internship will go towards things like that for this program. And it also helps with RCS Fresno, which, by the way, if you go to rcsfresno.org, you can donate any amount, and you can bring that receipt to the event on May 6th and redeem that for entrance. You don't have to just buy a ticket. You can donate online as well. And do you have anything else you want to add to, as far as your fundraiser goes, actually?
For the fundraiser reading, we would love to see you there. You can find us on Facebook at Fresno Women's Reading Series. And then the week after that is the festival. At the festival, the Fresno Women's Reading Series, we put out a call, and that call got reposted all over the place. Other counties were reposting this for us, and we have, I want to say at this point, it's maybe 12 or 13 women from the area who have offered to read their work, and they're going to be there throughout the night. So we have the lounge space for the Fresno Women's Reading Series, and those are women, some of them I don't even know them yet, and I'm going to meet them at the festival and get to hear the work that they want to share about this amazing cause, and to really bring awareness and to bring some kind of empowerment to this really difficult topic.
Yeah, I'm really excited because, like, the first hour of the event is going to be a social where you get to, like, look at art, but you also get to meet the artists such as Valerie Quinones, who's been here a couple of times. You can come meet me and look at some of my stuff. Like, we have a lot of, like, fine artists that are going to be there the first hour where it's kind of like a mini art hop where you can come and look at, like, local art. You can meet the artists. You can do some networking. It's going to be a social from, like, I think 5 to maybe 5:30 or so.
Yes, I think
or maybe
so.
even 6. And then after that, then there's going to be all these different performers and different like outlets of the theater that you can go to. We have like fatty cakes and the puff pastries. We have ghost meat. It's going to be so cool, or as the kids say, off the hook.
It is going to be off the hook.
It's going to be so awesome. And you know what? I hope all of you come to that. It's going to be so great. If you didn't catch it earlier, you can buy tickets at the Tower Theater box office right now. If you see one of us on the street, most of us have tickets on hand.
Yes.
And especially you can donate at rcsfresno.org and bring that receipt with you to the Tower Theater on May 6th. And hopefully we'll see you there.
Yes.
I'm so glad you have been here today, Brenda, to
Me
talk
too.
about all of your stuff. And
This is exciting.
Your enthusiasm is infectious. I hope everyone else caught it too. Thank you for tuning into Central Valley Business today. I am your host, Lauren Baker, again, filling in for Mike Scott, and we'll see you tomorrow at the same time right here at Central Valley Talk.